Y'all, TV, get them in here, man. You don't want to miss this. We better get lit.
What I wish I knew at 18 instead of 28? That Young Elder News 9 would be my go-to for all things news and more. Broadcasting live worldwide, we've got over 3 million listeners tuned in every day. From world news to stock markets, government topics to the quirkiest stories, we cover it all on Young Elder TV. And remember, folks, you heard it here first. Our friendly team brings you the latest scoops with a dash of that good old Southern charm. Whether you're curious about the latest political twists or need the lowdown on the economy, we're your go-to source. We make sure you're always in the know, in the most engaging and entertaining way possible. So buckle up, y'all. It's time to dive into the world of Young Elder News 9, where the news is always fresh, fun, and downright fascinating. Stay tuned, spread the word, and remember, you heard it here first. Young Elder News 9, the hottest show in the game.
Hey, right about y'all. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. So as always, we got to keep you updated with what's going on the land. And with, like they say, it's been a series of events that's going down. So now we went from the Trump stuff blowing up at the, now we went from the crash in New Orleans to the Cybertruck blowing up in front of Trump's hotel, to the drones and the orbs, to, the fires in California. And now it's the plane crashes. So it's an event after the event to stimulate the next. We found out that it might have been some kind of operation on the fires to set up this new smart LA for the coming of the Olympics. We heard stuff like that. We heard a lot of perspectives on, the orbs really were, the black great balls of fire were really setting them on fire, and they were trying to cover it up. Now we're dealing with the plane crashes. Now we're gonna run a couple. We give people time to get in, but we're gonna run a couple of clips. We got a couple of clips from a couple guys you might even know, and got their perspective on it. A lot of people are saying these are rituals, and these are the druids running their alchemy in another format. Now let's get into some of these videos we got.
A Russian military plane has crashed moments after takeoff, killing all 15 people on board. The aircraft was spotted with one of its engines on fire as it headed towards the ground. Minutes later, a column of black smoke was seen rising from the crash site.
On some of this stuff, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's starting to look like I'm gonna tell you how dirty these guys is. These guys could be running, with high advance. They could be running a wag the dog where they showing us old plane crashes, a movie plane crash. This could be a whole bunch of stuff going on. We just looking at all the angles. Some of this stuff just look like it's unbelievable. Like you can't, like it's like it look like, man, this is some kind of movie design or something to create this psychological warfare, mass hysteria, all out of chaos, Freemason type thing, right? So keep in mind as we watching these clips about some of this stuff could be staged, as the brother Faise One pointed out, right? So check this out, this next clip.
Share now, this interview will disappear.
You see everything, but you just see the plane getting lower and lower. Then yesterday it was the planes like, damn, what's going on?
Aviation expert, and he was saying that angle, Jason, and it came down so.
If you look up, if you can go over there right now. I'm coming out the gym. You see cars that wasn't even close to the plane. It's caught fire. They're completely done. You can't see. I showed you the pictures. It's messed up, man.
And to see all
houses on fire. They trying to put it out there. You see kids running out. It's not right, man. And then I don't know if this was purposely done or not, but what I do know, man, to be honest, I don't think nobody's safe. I think everybody needs to protect themselves by any means possible. And like, what can we do? What can we do? If it's happening now, what can we do? Like, we had no control over that. Can't nobody expect that. You cannot see that coming.
Now, the thing in Philadelphia, keep in mind, Philadelphia was the original capital of the Republic before they moved it with Albert Pike them, and they moved it from Philadelphia to D.C. Keep in mind, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing in the Super Bowl, right? Last year, it was the Chiefs versus the 49ers. The 49ers go back to the gold rush and them exterminating or pretty much genociding a lot of the Californian tribes like the Chumash, the Khalifa tribes. When they had this gold rush, we already put that information out on the Big Mama's banking system where you go get that about the gold rush. That's where the 49ers come from, right? That term. So you keep in mind that was a ritual. Now you got the Chiefs versus the Eagles, right? And keep in mind the Eagles is representation of United States Corps. We're gonna play some clips that gonna give you more connections on that. But the Eagles represent the United States Corps, right? And then you got the Chiefs. And then not only to mention that, you got Tom Brady coming out to say that the Chiefs owner paid the referees millions of dollars to throw the games, especially the last game, and he got proof to prove it, and he's going to come out with the proof. And keep in mind, Tom Brady is a Patriot. A Patriot. Keep in mind that Patriot gonna come back up. Keep in mind, Tom Brady is a Patriot, and now he's saying that these Chiefs is paying off the referees, and that's how they got up to the next level. Now that we this minute in, let's run what the brother Faise, because the brother Faise had a good breakdown of what his rich thing on the rituals that's going on. So shout out Faise One. This is Faise One on what he had to say.
This was staged. Let me show you what I mean. American Eagle Airlines crashes into Black Hawk military helicopter. Pay attention. The reason why the number that's associated with the airplane is 5342 is because when you add it up, it equals the same amount that 1832 equals when you add that up. 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 equals 14. 1 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2 equals 14. Why 1832? In 1832, there was a war between the American Eagle and Black Hawk and his tribe, who were called the Sauk people. That was when the American Eagle slaughtered those people and took their land. Stay with me. Also take notice that the service was from Wichita to Washington. If you don't know, Wichita was another tribe that suffered at the hands of the American Eagle and got their land taken. Go look up the Wichita Campaign and the Wichita War, 1868. So when they say things like it was operated by PSA, what they're really saying is they have a PSA. So what is their public service announcement? Their public service announcement is that they're declaring war on sovereignty right now. There are way too many people waking up and going back and finding out that their ancestors were those Native Americans. They didn't come over here on no boats, and that people have been carrying out affairs on stolen land that once belonged to their ancestors. Pay attention to how Wichita and Washita line up, because you have the Washita River that was right there linked to Southern Cheyenne Nation, who also had their land stolen. So you got Wichita, Washita, and then you have Weukcha. And Weukcha was a word that meant white wolf or white people. Guess what also means that? The name Isom means white wolf or ice wolf. And that's the name of this computer generated looking ass character they got standing before y'all, giving y'all this PSA. No, they're not talking to y'all. They're speaking to each other. Robert Isom is saying the white wolf that robbed everybody. And they're still robbing everybody right now in what's referred to as highway robbery, which I will be teaching y'all more about. Stay tuned. The main point is there's a war on sovereignty. People refuse to be tricked any longer. They're not going to be worshiping these people like they're the gods. They're not going to be celebrating Black History Month, because we know that Black history means you completely strip a history from a people, their identity included. They know people are waking up. They want to claim their sovereignty. They want to claim their nationality, and they want to find their roots of their people. They want to dig their people up again. And these governments are shaking in their boots, because the more people wake up, the more people detach from this system, the more people decide they're not going to be robbed anymore. They're going to claim all their stuff back. And when you claim all your stuff back, what happens to the people who done set up all of these fallacy realities on top of this land? Free Turtle Island from the ones who stole our land. This was staged.
Hey, so shout out to brother Faise One. We're gonna have his links to his Instagram if y'all want to go check out some other stuff that he's working on. Hey, so as you can see, Faise pointed out about the Black Hawks, and you know that most of the helicopters are named after Native American tribes. So like you got the Apache helicopter, the Chinook, or the Shinnecock, you know what I'm saying? All these helicopters, military helicopters are named after Native American tribes. That's the connection. Then with the keep in mind also, because somebody said, what does these planes? We'll get into the planes falling out the sky because they using a technology that they got called on these drones. We told y'all about the holograms. They already showed that. I should have downloaded the clip showing y'all the holograms. They got the advanced Project Bluebeam, and they also got the lasers on the holograms. They use that for California, and they also got another device on another weapon on these drones. It's an EMP device that can stop electronics on like airplanes and shit to make them come down. And they had it before 9/11, but they really got it developed really good after 9/11. Now, the planes that they use, they got these unmanned aircrafts, they got unmanned helicopters, they got unmanned airplanes. So a lot of this stuff is being staged with unmanned airplanes supposedly. And a lot of the people that they saying that's passing away on the airplanes supposedly is AI generated characters. We're hearing all kind of stuff, man, you know, that these people running to try to keep this game going, this ritual, right? Now we're gonna bring on the brother Bdell. The brother Bdell kind of made an interesting connection too, kind of like what Faise One did. Shout out to brother Bdell, 1014. Here you go, right here.
The most recent plane crash was a ritualistic Freemasonic incantation sacrifice for the Super Bowl. Now, all this is based on the numerical spectrum of the Freemasonic order, because 33 is basically the embodiment of a Freemasonic number, and 33 is connected to a form of the Black Nobility Eagle that is equated to the Philadelphia Eagles, that is basically the symbology of patriarchy. You cannot also negate the fact that the airplane took off on runway 33. Now, this is also esoterically connected to the number 13, which is a matriarchal number. Now, 13 is also working in tandem with the Chiefs because it's connected to the indigenous people that was connected to Turtle Island. So you got plane 64 crashing the helicopter number 3. So you take 6 plus 4 plus 3 equals 13, which is the embodiment of a matriarchal number. Now, one thing you got to understand about the technology of Black Hawk helicopters is that they're able to fly on an autonomous level because it came from the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency that works in tandem with artificial intelligence. So that means that a Black Hawk can fly without a pilot in sight. Now, when you understand that the universe is mathematical, you know that everything in the simulation is not a coincidence, because all this is basically esoterically connected to Kobe Bryant, because we're in the year of the snake and he was the Black Mamba. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, they tweeted out this picture right here with a helicopter on Kobe Bryant's death anniversary, and telling y'all for the longest for about 2 years to stay out the airplanes, because scientifically, ionized particles have the ability to manipulate the photon light. The most recent
That boy Bdell be sounding like he went to Harvard. Yeah, but I'm telling you. Yeah, but so Bdell made the connection with the Masonic connection with the Eagles and the Chiefs, because we're saying this is all ritualistic. The Chiefs on the land, the Eagles, United States Corps. I mean, the Black Hawk dealing with the Native American tribes. All this is ritualistic. Now the planes falling from the sky. I'm starting to think that half of this stuff is like it looked fake looking to me. So a lot of it looked fake, you know what I'm saying? Like with the same storylines and stuff. But let's play some more of these clips, okay? Yeah, like this one right here. This one right here look like somebody said this was an old one. Somebody said that was an old one, but that just looked like, I don't know. It just looked funny.
A plane.
So what you just seen there was a chaos in Philadelphia, and keep in mind, Philadelphia is where our capital was at first before they moved to D.C. Now we have reason to believe that that could have been some kind of missile, man, because it don't look like no plane coming down like that, man. Like let's show that clip real quick of how that came down.
Airplane crash.
A house on fire.
Because I don't see no airplane parts out there. We ain't see no airplane parts. It could have been a meteorite. That could. I'm gonna look into that. Now that could be something with that, Michael, about that meteorite. Now Because what if? Because we was supposed to get a. That's why these elites were starting to build all these underground and go underground, because they knew that eventually a meteorite was gonna come, because Nubaru pulls these meteorites with it in this atmosphere when it comes, and some of them get lined up into Earth atmosphere. So I'm gonna look into that. That might be a good explanation for what that was, and it could have been a missile. No, there is attacking America, people on American soil, because the American people been the enemy since 1933. So that is, I'm looking more into that meteorite thing. That could be close right there. What he talking about? Let's see what else we got.
A plane.
Some of this stuff just like crisis response to me, man. I'm just telling you, like we don't know what to believe no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what be the purpose? What be the purpose of bringing down all these planes? Now, some people said that a lot of people were leaving America. A lot of the foreigners, a lot of people, when Donald Trump became president, a lot of people started leaving America and going back to their country, selling their businesses and all this. Now, could this be a scare to stop people from getting on planes to get out of here? Right? People say, it's one brother that was going live in Africa, so he got up out of there. He had already built him a house in Africa, and they said that the Africans over living in huts, and then he showed his house, and he had a mansion over there, and he said he only paid like 20. He said between 10 and 20,000, you could get something like what he got, and he had like a upstairs downstairs joint. Looked like he had like a nice little joint, right? So if people getting up out of America, right, they getting up out of the mystery Babylon, and they going over there. So is this a scare to stop people from getting on planes? Because really nobody want to fly no more. And it seems like they talking in American Airlines. There's a lot of the ones they saying that's coming down. Let's see what we got right here.
Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. There's no pilot inside this helicopter.
Are we really going to fly this optimally piloted autonomous Black Hawk?
Now, so what it was showing there is the Black Hawk can be flew, like Bdell said, it can be flew unmanned. So they got like we already told y'all a long time ago, they got unmanned helicopters, they got unmanned submarines, they got unmanned planes, they got unmanned tanks already. They got all of this stuff already. So a lot of this stuff is going back. They've been staging stuff since the 9/11 joint, really way before then. They've been staging stuff since they faked the moon landing, right? They've been faking stuff since they staged the moon landing. But this ain't enough to get the Nubians scared, because we don't really fly anyway. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't fly anyway. So, only people that gonna be scared is the people that do a lot of flying, right? So just to me, this is more of the mass hysteria, the fear tactic. It'll be something else next week or the week after next. They'll be doing something else. I think they're gonna try something like the Super Bowl, because they would been showing this demolition of the Cowboy Stadium over and over again. I'm trying to figure out why they keep on showing us the demolition of the old Cowboy Stadium. What connections is that? And then they said that Deion Sanders supposedly is going to become the NFL coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and they're gonna draft Shedeur Sanders in the NFL. So this might be Deion last year at Colorado Buffaloes. But like I said, it's a lot going on. Let's run another one.
These videos, obtained exclusively by CNN, show previously unseen angles of the collision between an American Airlines flight and a US Army Black Hawk helicopter. In the first video, the Black Hawk can be seen flying at speed over the Potomac from the left side of the screen. The American Airlines plane can be seen flying towards the airport before the two collide, causing a mid-air explosion and fall into the river. In the second video, you can see the Army helicopter and American Airlines plane travel toward each other. After the collision and subsequent explosion.
January 29th, 3 plane accidents in the world. And yesterday, on the first day of the snake, 2025, January 29th, we had a very serious plane accident in Washington, D.C., where over 60 people on American Airlines died in midair in takeoff because they collided with a helicopter.
Right, so this is a ritual Operation Skyfall, where all of a sudden all these planes is falling out the sky. They had this in their books, so we ain't scared. I mean, they'll have the next thing next. The Super Bowl is I think this Sunday coming up, so we want to watch out for that. We ain't going to no Super Bowl. They could release some kind of bacteria or some kind of biological warfare. They blaming it's something being covered up. See, look, I believe the planes is a distraction. I believe they getting us to look at all the plane crashes to cover up something else that they got going. Trying to, because right when the plane crashes is happening, all the Coca-Cola trucks is getting busted with kids in the back. All of a sudden. All these Coca-Cola trucks, all these different McDonald's trucks getting busted with the kids in the back all of a sudden. So it's like they trying to distract us with causing the chaos, but they at the same time their cover is being blown from what they've been doing the whole time, treating us like chicken and pizza and hot dogs. Our children's like chicken, pizza, and hot dogs, and they getting busted. So in order to distract them from the people that's after them, they cause these planes to crash. They gonna cause other stuff. It's like throwing a smoke bomb to buy you some time to get away. So this is all about the elites, suckers who been messing with the kids. It's to buy them some time, man. That's what I think. It's all rich, and it's also tied into, like Faise and what Bdell said. It's ritualistic because that's who they are. They are ritualistic type people who like to do stuff in our face and draw energy from that. They are energy vampire type beings who like sucking energy from people. So I think it's partially wag the dog. I think it's a little bit of everything. Wag the dog, a distraction from something else that's going on underground, or some truck that's being hauled in a truck full of kids. And he's like I say, I got these clips on my Instagram. You can go follow me on Instagram. All that's in the links. And you can see some of the clips that they showing of these kids getting found in the back of these trucks and stuff. And it's somebody that rode on the ground. It's in California next to this big it's like this big old yard where all these containers be. And somebody wrote, "Help! They're trafficking the children," like on a big ass sign next to the place. And then if you look next to the place, it's like a shipping containers there. So ain't no telling how deep this child trafficking thing go. Ain't no telling how sick and twisted this shit is. It'll probably make you throw up once you really realize, oh, they've been grinding people up into hamburgers and mixing it in with the McDonald's burgers and Wendy burgers. These elites. So it's like that part. So we can't. But we ain't panicking. You know, like I say, we just wanted to bring you the report on the plane crash, and give you kind of like a synopsis on what we thought what was going on. And like I say, this ain't nothing to be just panicking about. Really, we haven't had nobody that was on the ground that can report and account for half of the stuff they say that's going on. So it seems like some of it could be movie reenactments and shit. Because in a movie, they make plane crashes in a movie all the time. They make plane crashes in a movie all the time, man. I'm telling you. So it's hard to believe anything that the government that they selling on TV, especially when we know half of the news media outlets are owned by the black hat and the black hand, and they got a whole agenda. The Albert Pike letter, I already laid it out. If you want to get that Albert Pike letter, what you would do is go to the playlist and scroll down to the School of the Elites, and then scroll down to the Albert Pike's letter, and you'll see that they was going to create this order out of chaos to bring in this, new world order. Well, we got news for you. You said it right? It's going to be a new world order, all right? A new world order. A news world order. You hear it? You hear it? Let's see what else we got on here for you. Okay. We already ran that one.
Come on, I'll get along. Please remain seated until further instructions by the captain. Oh my God. Please get us on. So sorry, this is just...
Now, that was a plane that caught on fire at the Houston George Bush Airport. I actually been to the airport before. And some of that, like I say, well, how's a plane just all of a sudden planes catching on fire and all this? Some of this could be already pre-recorded crisis reenactments. Well, they got to do a scenario where the plane catch on fire and they got to respond to it. They film it as if it's a live event, put it on the news. It's called Wag the Dog. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do it. So it could be that. We don't know for sure because we ain't there. But all we saying, if they trying to scare us up, this ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? If they're trying to scare us up, just got to get us off our square and to steal our land and keep this alchemy game going on, that ain't going to work, bro. They don't know they didn't already scared the hell out of they didn't scared us all they can scare us. Niggas ain't scared of nothing no more, man. What can you do to us that you ain't? They ran out of scare tactics. I'm telling you, they ran out of. They been ran out of scare tactics against us. You want to scare a nigga? I tell you how to scare him. Tell him you ain't gonna pay him on Friday, and when you know you're supposed to get paid, yeah, you scare the hell out. That's all way you gonna scare niggas. If you tell them you gonna cut their money off. Then see now you go, but then you don't want to do that because you really truly don't want to get niggas riled up for real. You know you don't. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, you really don't want to get with them riled up really. But you tell them you go play with messing with their money now. See, you might have something. Then the plane crash and all that sound good. It look good. You know, it's nice. It's a nice action movie and shit. But if you come out messing with a cat, messing with niggas' money, see now you go messing with their tax money, they check where they got their livelihood. Yeah, see now you gonna get a problem. See, that's how you get the problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And that's hey, listen up, y'all. That's where they headed. That's their last move to mess with your money. So you gotta go ahead and make moves for that right now. Go on set up so where you don't really got, and technically we don't got no money for them to mess with. You know what I'm saying? So really, but just saying, hey, go on set up for that. Keep in mind, their last move gonna be to try to cut you off from the money and say, oh well, if you don't take this real ID, that you can't really do nothing in our system. And that'd be the last straw to hold them over. And that's only gonna probably, that real ID only gonna probably last up a couple, like 2 or 3 years. And not everybody gonna get it because everybody ain't gonna take the deal. So that's what we wanted to bring to you. If you're just not tuning in, the plane crash, Operation Fall. Don't worry about it. It's we ain't really worried about that because they go to something else next week. It was the fires the week before. It was so it seemed like what's happening is when they do one thing, they get busted on it, they getting stopped on it, and then they go to another thing. So they're gonna run out of things to do in a minute. They ain't gonna be able to just keep running these same chaotic type scenes, right? We already on to your sleeper agents and all that. So at this point, it's like they gotta go and get up out of here and just leave us alone. And everybody go on about their business and be happy. So everybody get up out of here. That's how I wanted to bring to you, man. And like I said, y'all on TV, man. We the hottest in the game, man. We love you all. Peace.
Never have it been made so clear.